Hi, I'm Erik Linask. I'm here at Supercom with Ralph Santitoro from Fujitsu. Ralph is the Director of Carrier Ethernet Market Development at Fujitsu. He's also a founding member and director of the Metro Ethernet Forum. Ralph, thank you for joining me.
Thank you, Erik.
Why don't we get right into a couple of the exciting announcements that Fujitsu's made in the last couple of weeks. I know you wanted to talk about those.
Okay, great. So we actually announced two things. One is our Ethernet over X, or EOX gateway, or our FlashWave 9500 product. And this is actually a very exciting area because what it does is it allows service providers to basically aggregate Ethernet services over any type of access network. So EOX, Ethernet over anything. Now today, service providers deliver Ethernet services over SONET access networks, over PDH, T1s or T3s, over wavelength, and over Ethernet over fiber. And the ability to aggregate that traffic and be able to offer a common service regardless of the access technology is quite a substantial achievement. Today, service providers define a service based on their access network technology. So they'll have a service defined for Ethernet over SONET, a service defined for Ethernet over fiber, and each of those are slightly different, and every time a service provider has to bring a service to market, they have to train their sales force, customers need to be explained about it, and then the capabilities are different because they use different equipment to deploy that. So what our Ethernet over X or EOX gateway does is basically harmonizes that to offer one service definition over any access network. So one customer location can come in over SONET, the other customer location can come in over a wavelength, and now they have one common service. So it's quite powerful. The other capability EOX gateway is it allows service providers to basically build an Ethernet exchange. And so now what they can do is become an Ethernet exchange in their existing points of presence or central offices and be able to connect up to other service providers, say a retail service provider wanting to connect into a market that a wholesale access provider has footprint to reach the customer premise. This is a very popular area, and the Metro Ethernet Forum actually has a project called the Global Interconnect project, where they're actually trying to standardize the ENNI, external network-to-network interface, the handoff to the retail provider. And so we're at the forefront of that, offering an MEF-compliant ENNI on this product. The second announcement that we have is on our FlashWave 4100 ES product. What we've done is we've added connection-oriented Ethernet to that. And our FlashWave 4100 product was an MSPP, or multi-service provisioning platform, but with the addition of the new connection-oriented Ethernet capability, we've now turned it into a packet optical networking platform. And given its small form factor, we call it a micro packet optical networking platform. So packet optical networking is basically that you take layer 1 technology and you add connection-oriented Ethernet, and that gives you what we call a packet optical networking, which is a very popular and growing market right now. Our FlashWave 4100 ES product is actually very popular for a mobile backhaul, and what it does is it allows a mobile backhaul provider to place the product inside of an outside plant cabinet. It's fully temperature hardened, and it's high availability platform, so multiple failures can occur and the product still continues to run. And that enables mobile backhaul providers to backhaul legacy 2G traffic from the wireless operator over T1s, legacy 3G over T1s, and then as those mobile operators migrate their base stations from 3G to 4G, which is pure Ethernet, the product can handle that transition and allow that mobile operator to have a long-term revenue stream with the existing product out in the outside plant cabinet.
Exciting. Now, going back to the first, the EOX announcement, so it really helps not only cut costs but increase time to market with new services and applications, right?
Yeah, absolutely. And one of the challenges with Ethernet services today is unless you own the entire network, you can't deliver the service. You don't have footprint to reach all of your customers. So the biggest challenge is you have to provide a peering connection with a wholesale access provider, someone who actually has the fiber or the copper to go into the customer premise. So let's say I'm connecting up a customer from New York to Chicago, and maybe in New York, Verizon territory, they have access to it. In Chicago, might be another service provider, they might not have footprint. So they have to create this peering, and with the EOX gateway, we actually simplify that whole mechanism by having a standard handoff to between the peering providers, but then it doesn't matter what the access network is. It could be copper, it could be fiber, it could be SONET, and we actually normalize that, and they can have a common service definition regardless of which building the access network goes into.
Excellent. That's fantastic. That's very, very exciting. We've been talking here at the SuperCom in Chicago with Ralph Santitoro from Fujitsu. Ralph, thanks for joining me again. It's a pleasure seeing
Thank
you.
you very much. Take care.